This week I play around with some fairy lights.
How cool is that for mood lighting?
I meet some cows.
Hi cows.
And the wind attacks my camera.
Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for. Homes, places we've grown, all of us are done for. And we live in a beautiful world. Yeah, we do, yeah, we do. We live in a beautiful world. Bones sinking like stones, all that we fall for.
I've come down to Gwyvion and I was kind of tempted to go out in the water for a quick surf, but it looks a bit blown out, to be honest. I mean, there are waves there, but they don't look very good, so I might just leave that until the morning. But in the meantime, I've got to do something with my surfboard, else it's just going to take up way too much space in the van. So I need to get it up onto the roof. Right, I would not recommend anybody gets out a rickety ladder and climbs up onto the roof of their van in this kind of weather. It was so windy, and to make it even better, I gave myself a blood blister on my finger. So those ladders, when they don't have any stops in them, can really pack a pinch. So my plan for today was to go surfing, but based on the conditions of the waves, I'm probably going to leave it till the morning. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to get some jobs done that I've been meaning to do in the van for a little while. It's nothing big. I'm not fixing the door yet before anyone asks. I've got a picture that I'm going to put up at the back there. I'm not even sure if it's going to fit because it's quite big. I'm going to find somewhere to mount my torch and just do a few odd jobs in the van. Here's the picture. It's an artist's print of Falmouth, and what I want to do is I want to put it on that back wall just there, just to break up that brown really. It's a bit of white, it's a bit of green, kind of goes with the bedding. I think it should look alright. I actually had it up in my house for ages and then we took it down and then nothing happened with it. It's just kind of been sat there in the spare room, so I'm going to put it up.
I've been working hard recently to try and get some form of organisation in this van. So I started with the garage area. Everything has its place and everything in its place. This tool bag is for the van and it stays in the van. It contains tools for light repairs to the interior of this van and this van alone. These boxes contain items to maintain and repair things inside the van. I installed this blank DeWalt case to clip my drill box to the wall to prevent it from sliding around when I'm driving. It feels really good to be doing a bit of DIY on the van again, even if it's just putting up some pictures.
So, do you want to hear something really annoying? So these kits that give you these little brackets that you can use to put pictures up, it comes with the 2 screws to attach it to the picture, but there's no screws to attach it to the wall. So I'm going to have to go to B&Q. But before we head over there, I'm just going to get a few other jobs done while we're here. Only because I'm going to have to get screws anyway, because if I am going to mount my torch like up here somewhere, then I need screws to do that anyway. I thought I had some in my van toolkit, but obviously not. So you're probably very aware that I've been using masking tape for ages, just on this one drawer. The rest of the cupboards on here have got clips that keep the door shut when I'm driving, but I have to tape this one shut. And then I had an idea. We've been baby proofing our house for quite a while, and I've got all these like little baby catchers at home, and I just figured, well, I've got all these spares, why don't I try and fit this to here to see if it will actually work. So I've done it. So this will pull out to about there. Get your finger in there, push it down, and that's it. And now that won't open when I'm driving. Easy.
So off I went to the local DIY store. I actually found a screw fix which was a lot closer than B&Q. Got what I needed and headed back to find a spot to camp for the night.
You might recognise this, I've been here many times before. I actually found a screw fix which was a lot closer to where I am. But for a place called Screw Fix, they didn't have much of a choice when it comes to screws. Right. So, we want to be about there, I reckon. I mean, it's on, it's a bit wobbly, but we'll see how I get on with that, because if it rattles or makes a noise like that when I'm driving, then I'll put another one of these on the bottom just to stop it from rattling around. Right, does that look level? I mean, I say does that look level, but the problem with anything that you put up in a van, there's no point in putting a spirit level on the top because it's only going to be as level as where you parked. So I think it looks alright though. I'm happy with it being up there. I'm thinking maybe 2 clips might have been a little bit of overkill, but I ain't going anywhere unless I really pull it off. I mean, personally, I just think it sort of, we've got a picture here now, I've got a picture up there, it kind of just starting to finish off this space a little bit. Now, I have been getting some questions about what was wrong with the battery last week, and it was pretty simple. We've had a lot of terrible weather. My solar's pretty temperamental at the minute anyway, but it just hadn't been really charging the battery very much, and I hadn't really been doing a lot of long journeys, a lot of sort of short journeys, so when it was charging off the alternator, it just wasn't putting a lot of juice into the leisure battery. And on times like these, I would normally plug it into the mains just to charge it up, or plug it into my power station just to sort of get the charge up to like 100% before I go away. But last week was such a rush, I just literally neglected it. But it's nice and charged now. I'm hoping it lasts the entire time. The reason why the power station wasn't working last week, it was a really simple fix. So on the EcoFlow app, you can actually set the AC cutout, and I'd had it on constant. So essentially what happened, even though nothing was being powered in here through the AC, when I say AC I don't mean air conditioning, AC or DC, even though I had nothing plugged into one of the 240 sockets, it essentially runs it like it's an extension lead. So it was just pushing power out to the sockets even though they weren't drawing anything. And obviously over the space of the week it just literally just drained the battery a little bit at a time. So now I've got it on a cutout so that it, you know, if nothing's drawn from that power in like the space of an hour, then the AC section on the power station will literally just cut out. So that solved that problem. So it was just me being an idiot really and just not knowing what I was doing. But live and learn, I won't be doing that again. And just for the record, that is what my finger is now looking like. It's quite swollen as well. If you compare it with that one there, it's quite a bit more, yeah. That ladder's done me over, isn't it? And as nice as this view is out the window, there you go, look. That's what it looks like out there. Yeah, as nice as the view is, because this van is a lot sort of wider than my previous van, I don't like how close I am to the road there. So I might just move.
And with the decision made, I decided to move the van. But I didn't go far, I literally just parked it on the other side of the road where there was a deeper lay-by.
You know what? I don't actually need that on yet, do I? don't block out the light. But I'm going to go for a little wander to the pub now anyway. So let's go get a beer. Other than the rain, it's quite a nice night for it. Hi, cows. This torch, in compared to the other one, is yeah, just not very good. It is time for dinner now, and I kind of feel like I've really hyped this up like it's going to be something amazing. It's not. It's just going to be something nice and simple. Here's what I've got planned. Got some skin-on fries. They're going to go in the air fryer. Nice and easy. I've got a tin of chili con carne. That's going to be cooked in a pan in literally minutes. Chili con carne on top of the chips, and then some grated cheese on top. Easy peasy, job's a good one. Nice, quick, easy dinner. I just hope it tastes all right. Okay, so we are all set, ready to go. Air fryer chips. I mean, what's the portion for one person? Well, that smells all right, actually. Oh, it's like dog food. So just while I cook, the chili's pretty much done, so I've turned that off. The air fryer's got 3 minutes left, but I've got this window open. And it's actually quite nice out here. Like, the rain stopped. It's not actually cold. It's pretty mild. Maybe spring is officially here. Ugh. Today's non-alcoholic beer is actually a cider. It is Sheppy's low alcohol cider. It's not bad. Right, moment of truth. Chips are nice and crispy. Oh. Chili cheese chips. I mean, you can't really go wrong, can you? I'd say that's a really nice, sort of easy meal to cook in your van. Like, literally, the chili took probably about 3 minutes to heat up. The chips took about 15 minutes in the air fryer. I mean, you just can't go wrong, really. Do you know, as I sit here eating this meal, which is actually really good, I'll definitely do this again, looking out into the darkness out the window, I'm tempted tonight to not put the blind up. I mean, nobody's going to walk past and look in, and even if they do, I'll be asleep anyway, so who cares, right? So by the morning when I wake up, I'll have some nice natural light beaming in through the van. Let me show you this really cool toy I've got. I'm all about lights, but this is something that I've seen on the internet quite a few times and I've wanted for a while. It's fairy lights that goes on this little reel and it just unravels, and you can literally like hook it onto something and then just literally put it all around your room. Let's say we hook it onto here. Let's just bring this along here like so. like that. So as you can see, I have just randomly put this wire up, right? I'm going to turn this light off, so now it's dark. And then on here, I'm going to just turn this on, wherever the button is. Look at that! So now we've got this, like, I mean, you know, it's a bit random. I've just literally stuck it up all over the van. But how cool is that for mood lighting? And it just literally all comes out of this thing. And you can change it. You can press the button so that, like, it flashes on. Christmas. Fade in and out. You can just have it so it's like a light on here, like that, or just on that, and then off. So, pretty cool, right? Once you're done with it, this here just pops out, and then you just wind it back up. Wind it up like this. Now I actually ordered this off Amazon to for that ASMR video, which was weeks ago, but it took so long to arrive that I actually didn't have it in time. But the whole point of reason why I've got it isn't for inside the van really, it's for if I ever stay on a campsite or anything and I want to sit outside the van, then I've got a bit of lighting. And it's waterproof as well apparently. It just goes to show how much of a difference like just having a little bit of like lighting makes to a space. I mean, putting those fairy lights up, you know, it felt like a completely different room in here. It's magnetic as well. There's magnets on the back, so you can just literally just stick it to anything metal. So I could essentially stick this to the outside of the van. This isn't a sponsorship, by the way. It's just a toy that I bought myself. It didn't cost very much, which I think's a lot of fun. I will link it though below, just in case you do want one. But it's, yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna get an early night. It's 9 o'clock. Do feel a little bit vulnerable with that window not having a cover on it, but once all the lights are off in here, it'll be fine. Hopefully the waves aren't all blown out so I can actually get in the sea and have a quick surf. Good night. Good morning. I actually slept the entire night without any heating. It's getting to that time of year now where you just literally just don't need it, but it is nice just to put it on for an hour in the morning just to warm up the space before you get out of bed. Now, based on the wind outside, I'm not really sort of feeling too hopeful about these waves. We're going to drive over to the beach, check it out. If it's completely blown out, then I'll just have a coffee and probably go home. But I guess we'll have to check it when we get there. I'm not going to go up to the top at Gwyvion where I was yesterday. I'm going to drive around to the Gadrivi side and park down there because I'm a National Trust member and I can pretty much just park there for free. So we're going to head over that way. It does look a little bit blown out, and based on my golden rule normally is if there's no one else out there, there's probably a good reason for that. So I might have to give it a miss. I might just like jump in the back, make myself a coffee and then go home to my wife and my son. There is a bit of blue sky out there, so other than the wind, it's actually probably going to be quite a nice day. I just wish it felt more like spring. I also got an email recently from a subscriber, and he's asked me for a favour. I'll give you the gist of the email. So in the northeast, their surfing capital is a beautiful town called Saltburn, and the local council has issued a traffic regulation order to prohibit the parking of motor caravans on Marine Parade and Glenside in Saltburn between 8 PM and 8 AM. Obviously with the camper community, this has gone down like a lead balloon, which, you know, you would expect it to. So they've started a petition and they've already received 500 signatures. Now he's emailed me because he's asked if I can use my reach to maybe get a few more signatures, and they actually need 1,500 signatures on the petition for the council to actually listen to their concerns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link the petition down below. I've already signed it, and then if you do want to help, then sign the petition. Let's all stick together and see if we can get this ban erased, because at the end of the day it's things like this which is going to dramatically reduce the freedom that we have in our camper vans. So I'm still not completely sold on whether I do this Patreon thing, but since I mentioned that, I have had a lot of people buy me a beer through the link in the description. All of these guys here, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it. Also, next week I've got a video coming out that I've been working on for probably 9 months, and I'm releasing it next week because I'm going to be away as of Monday in Centre Parks, because it's my wife's birthday and I'm taking her away. Charlie's coming too, so it's not just me and her. And rather than not upload a video, I figured, well, I've got this video that I've been working on. It's not quite finished. It just needs a little bit at the end and then we'll be good to go. So hopefully you'll really enjoy that. But if I can't reply to comments, it's because I'm in Centre Parks and they put like this block up on like social media comments or something. It happened last time we were there anyway, but I'm really excited. Right, well, on that note, I'll see you next week. Really excited for you to see that video. Cheers! On the road again. I can't wait to be on the road again. Steamed up again.